Welcome to Live from Sparkwood and 21. This series chronicles one of the greatest television shows of all time, the 1990s cult classic Twin Peaks, created by David Lynch and Mark Frost. Joining me on this journey will be Superfan's Last Call with Troy Pacelli and Netter's Network, along with soon-to-be Superfan Aged Boomer. Slide into a booth at the Double R Diner and order a damn fine cup of coffee and a heavenly slice of cherry pie as we watch and discuss the Season 1 finale entitled The Last Evening. I would like to remind everyone that if there are any Godzilla sightings, I will let you know with breaking news immediately. Already in the chat, JPRPH1. Big Al presents. I will be joining Al this Friday night at 7:30 for a special episode of Films with Friends. We will be watching Sinbad in the Eye of the Tiger. Lester San Jose, the Skeptic Tank. Emoji Queen, Lady Mist. Nate is here. Evelyn Hampton, Qapla' Admiral. All right. Well, we've got a pretty action-packed episode coming up here tonight. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to bring on the panel. First to arrive was Aged Boomer.
Hello. It is I, Aged Boomer.
And of course, Troy.
Hello.
All right.
We ready for the
Yes.
season 1 finale? My gosh.
Yes.
Brought the donuts.
We did bring the donuts, yes. We literally just got home before the stream, and it was we're passing by a donut place. We can get donuts on the way home. Stop and get donuts.
I have a question. Does Bigfoot show up in the season finale? I think that should be a thing.
That's a great, with all the talk of the woods, the Northwest, and,
Yes.
and all that kind of stuff, there should be a Bigfoot sighting. You're absolutely right.
Don't have any pie, but I'm snacking on some Oreos. Java chip.
No problem there. That's perfectly
I
fine.
know.
Sounds good to me, actually.
Netter, you might want to adjust your avatar there because you're not showing up on the screen and stuff.
Oh yeah, you might want to
Yeah.
Oh,
change and change back again. I've found that usually does it.
I'm invisible.
You are invisible, yes. It happens. Or you can keep that one too. Hey.
I could.
Oh, I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Is that the one you did with the AI, or was that something else?
Yeah, it was like an AI drawing program.
Oh.
Basically,
Nice.
it took an actual picture, and you can either make it like watercolor or charcoal drawings or oil painting. Some of them turn out really nice, and some of them look really awful. This is one of the ones I thought was really nice.
Sometimes you do that AI art and you get, extra limbs and, all kinds of craziness. Okay, let's see if we can remember where we left off.
Where to start? Yeah.
So, I guess where my mind immediately is drawn to is Audrey. Audrey has decided she wants to help out with this investigation, so she has gone and manipulated her way into a position at the Horns department store perfume counter, which got her access to the information she would need to get herself a job at One-Eyed Jack's as a one of the girls working there.
Lady of the evening.
Can I just say something? Yeah. If this was a modern television series, it would have taken 10 episodes for her to get to the point where she's at One-Eyed Jack's, interviewing for that. It would have been this whole drawn-out thing for 10 episodes.
Well, if it was one of these streaming things,
that's what I mean. It would go on the whole season, and then it starts with her getting, and then she ends up at One-Eyed Jack's at the end of the season. It would be padded all go out.
That's absolutely true. The thing about this, and I think we brought this up previously, the first season of Twin Peaks, this is the 7th and last episode of the season. It was a very, very short season. This wasn't even half. They say it was a mid-season thing, but it was, but it wasn't half a season. It was half a season, actually, based on how many episodes of a series you usually got back then. So there was no way that David Lynch was going to allow them to make him hurry up his pace, but they did economize their time so that it was very story dense. I would probably credit Mark Frost with that a little bit more, but whatever the case, the pacing was excellent, but they get a lot into this one partial season, and as you're going to see, a lot into this episode. We are going to get something of a payoff, no pun intended, with the fact that Audrey is going to be at One-Eyed Jack's, and her father and uncle are on their way there with the Swedes, or the Norwegians, or the Icelanders, or whatever Nordic people are with them.
And not only them, but we also have Cooper and Ed undercover there.
Exactly.
And
high rollers.
Jacques Renault, who's a major suspect, is also on the premises. Yep.
So basically, you got a lot of action going on right now at One-Eyed Jack's. And that was no pun intended either. There's always a lot of action going on at One-Eyed Jack's, but
I think it's fitting that the finale is going to have a lot happening there, though, right?
Oh, absolutely. But there's also the what Boomer's right. The biggest problem with the streaming is 5 hours worth of story and stretch it out to 10. No, I think you're being generous there.
I would say a whole half hour in the office just doing nothing while she.
I was going to say you get 10 episodes that could have been done in 1 2-hour movie. In fact, it's interesting because there's a bloke on the interwebs who has taken the entire season of Obi-Wan and edited it down to a 2-hour film, and it's actually much more watchable.
Yeah,
it really,
I can agree.
And he's talking about doing the same thing with Ahsoka. If I end up watching Ahsoka, that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to see the 2-hour movie version. But anyway, we also have the insurance deal going on with
Josie.
With
the plot to burn down the sawmill.
The plot to burn down the sawmill, life insurance on
Catherine.
Catherine, yeah.
Catherine, thank you. And that's going to see some resolution here too. You've also got the return of Hank Jennings working at the Double R Diner. We also know he is the, I don't want to call him the kingpin, but he's the highest ranking in the drug trafficking in
He's
Twin
definitely up
Peaks.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that kind of sums up where we're at. Allows us to jump right into it if you want to.
Yeah. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, everybody in the chat, everybody lurking in the background, everybody watching on my Twitter feed, remember, hey, I hope you brought a bucket of popcorn. I hope you've buckled your seatbelts, because this one gets pretty wild pretty fast. The feces hits the air conditioner pretty hard. So,
my God.
yeah. So, buckle up. Let's get started.
Okay. I'm ready to go when you are. Just give me the countdown.
All right. Episode 7, The Last Evening. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Bless you.
Thank you.
What about that pollution?
Yeah, right. Actually, given the time of year, that's probably mostly just water vapor.
I know, it's probably steam. I know.
Industry.
Industry's important.
So, in the fictional story of Twin Peaks, the sawmill is obviously, literally, producing wood. But in Snoqualmie, where that was filmed, that mill was actually a paper mill. They were, they were grinding up pulp paper or wood pulp to make paper.
Dunder Mifflin.
What's
Oh.
that?
That's the paper place in The Office.
Oh, I should have known. Yeah.
I knew that.
I've never seen an episode, either in the English version or the American version.
I think we realized later on that the two offices take place in the same universe. Did you know that? The same world.
Yes.
Which I thought was kind of funny, because he runs into Ricky Gervais's manager character.
That's awesome.
Piper Laurie.
Mm-hmm.
Classic Hollywood star, right? Yeah. Doesn't look like Twin Peaks.
Nate says, I told my boss I had a doctor's appointment just to make sure I had the day off so I wouldn't miss the last episode, but don't tell him. Okay, I won't say nothing.
Michael Horse.
Now, I love this pan down of this mural with the sound effects of the beach. Only if you notice the seams in the picture do you realize it's not real,
We used to have a mural in our living room in New Jersey, and it was like a forest, and I always found it kind of... I remember as a child just finding it odd. Like, I'm seeing this wood.
Yeah.
This wooded area in the living room. It's like, this is strange to me.
Just a reminder, they had Maddie call him using Laura's voice and arranged to meet him elsewhere to get him out of the office so they could go snooping around.
Mimsy. I had a friend in college who used to hang on to every movie ticket stub he ever went to see a movie. He would throw
That's
it in a
pretty
jar.
cool. Yeah.
I wish I'd done that, kept a scrapbook or something.
Why would you do that? You're
Well, that's the
trying to be stealthful, and you go hitting buttons and screwing around with stuff.
That was that Christmas song, that Christmas Hawaiian song that was just playing, you know.
So there you go. She
Answers
remembered
that
Laura
question.
saying in the recording something about, something to keep in your coconut.
Look who's there.
Bobby.
Saboteur.
Yeah. Maybe you might actually want to close the distance to her and actually speak so she can hear you.
I think I would have put on a coat.
Whoa!
Yep.
That's not good.
Something tells me that wasn't part of the plan.
Nope. Well, at least it wasn't part of their plan. It's part of somebody's plan.
It's a very David Lynch shot there.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it's like something we'd see in Mulholland Drive or something. There we got the eye. Look at that.
Yep.
Isn't that thing where, like, they say when you die, the last thing you see gets imprinted on your
Retina.
retina.
Mm-hmm. It's not true, but yeah, they used to believe that.
It's an urban legend thing. That's a nice cow tie he's got there.
It is. It kind of suits him.
Yes. He could probably work out well in Texas, actually, that character. Look at that.
Hello.
Yeah, right. You know what's happening there, right? He's doing too well. We need to,
Distract him.
yeah,
Yeah.
redirect him.
Look familiar, Jacques?
Yeah. He's playing it close to the vest. Esther Prynne.
I'm getting too old for this.
I know.
I was saying the other two ladies were nice looking, then Audrey walks in.
Yeah, right?
I would neither confirm nor deny.
Right.
The Five of Bats? Oh, wrong movie.
Oh, my
Right.
goodness.
Wow.
Why do I have to be in the van? I don't want to be in the van anymore, Harry.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
He is really good when you think about it.
Okay, I'm in. Wait. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that was a little too easy.
Yeah.
He was cleverly resistant, playing stupid, but he blew it with Laura.
Yeah.
And that's not too smart either. Right. We knew that already. You know, as he's sitting here talking to him,
Yes.
I'm getting now kind of shades of Sound of Freedom, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, really, yeah.
This one's a keeper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he's already just admitted to a bunch of crimes. And what do you do with that? You bring him in, he rats out everyone else.
Yeah.
I gotta say, at this point, what's Audrey's plan? Is she planning to...
Off for daddy?
Well, she doesn't know it's her dad. I do
gun.
like the pearl handles.
She changing her hair?
No, just washing
Just
it.
washing it.
Oh, that's right. They don't probably have a proper working shower yet,
Oh, good point.
because the house is still under being worked on.
Is what every abuser says.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's pretty smooth, man.
That is, I do. Because it's not mainline story. You forget to
Yeah.
You forget about Lucy and Andy, but theirs is a good, solid storyline in and of itself. Yeah, you're screwed. Where do you honestly think you're going?
Whoa!
Kablam. Canadian down.
Yes. French
I
Canadian.
love that.
Yeah.
Totally calm. Everything's like, you're going to shoot at my boss. F you.
This is the same guy that cried, when you had to take pictures of Laura and all that kind of stuff,
See, there's been some growth in character, right?
I think there's more going on with Andy. And I don't want to get too into it until we get to season 3.
Here we go. What's on the tape?
Right, we haven't heard it all the way through yet. Yeah.
Oh. It's funny that, yeah.
Yeah. Doc's going to have a long night.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Milk and cookies.
Yeah, he didn't kill her, but
that was...
he's not blameless.
No.
and the degree to which he was trying to help her is questionable too.
Shouldn't someone be there to keep him from
Nope.
doing this?
Nope. It's all part of the plan. Remember, he's been hired by
Well, I kind of always got the idea that Ben hired him and then Josie hired Hank.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
But no, we did see
Hank with Josie, so.
and we
And
saw
Ben with Leo.
Ben
Yeah.
with Leo, yeah. So you're probably onto something.
So he in his mind he's killing two birds with one stone here.
Exactly.
Broke my heart.
Really, only one bird is getting killed here, but yes, you're right. Oh, yeah.
Nadine.
This is heartbreaking. I mean, everything about this. She dresses in her wedding gown.
Ooh,
Yep,
we're not Candy, even though we look so nice and dandy.
exactly. That's right. Don't show the fake money too long. The audience might realize. Yeah, what was the agreement? So, in other words, he's saying we had a deal, but then I ended up doing time for it. So,
So it was a setup.
One of many.
spiritual nature.
Nobody said anything about marriage. Oh, I forgot about this.
Ah.
Yep.
Now they're blood brothers, sisters, whatever.
Yeah. And that's when I would have gotten in his face and said, right, till death do us part.
How dare you misgender them, ma'am? No, sorry.
Oh.
Right.
I'm telling you.
I also like the fact she doesn't immediately put it in her mouth. She paints her lips with it.
Everybody in this show's a freak, let's be honest.
Well, yes, but I take that as nervous as she is, there is a game playing going on there with her. I didn't take it.
Pete. Pete's the only one who deals square in this whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like that. Yeah, it didn't really look like blood, did it, Nate? She's playing him.
Of course she is.
Well, she is his wife.
Yeah. And he's a simp.
Well, no, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He loves her. That's my
Oh,
point.
yes, he does. That's
Yes.
why I'm saying it.
Well, as you know, a woman's heart is a dark ocean of secret. Oh shit! Wait, no.
Right.
This is not Titanic.
Look at those. Look at that face. Look at me like that. I can't say no. Come on.
And the fastest way to a man's heart is through his chest.
Oh, it's through his stomach.
Nope, through the chest with rib crackers. There's no one else I can turn to. You're my last hope. You weren't my first. You're my last. And she's like, oh, for Pete's sake, literally.
Your management, right? Extra pat.
Right, exactly.
Log. Do we ever see any of these extra deputies again?
Let me see. I don't think so.
She's smiling.
proud of
See
him.
that?
Yep. They did that intentionally.
Yeah.
I mean, it does establish that there are more people in the sheriff's department than the main characters.
Either she's really short or he's really tall.
Yes, and yes.
Pete's new name is Stradivarius, yes.
Yep.
Hoorah!
There you go.
Little dorky, but still super sweet.
It's a geek love.
Yup,
There's nothing wrong with that.
not at all.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Funky.
Maggie Brewster.
yeah, right.
Oh, shizzle.
Yep.
He's like, what?
Wait, what?
It does put a whole new light on things, though, for him. And all of them were like, we gave it our best shot. What?
No, you were not an easy writer. That was Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
they're giving him morphine, so he's
Oh, yeah,
he's
that's
starting to go bloopy bloop. Yeah, everyone's gonna end up in the hospital tonight. Ain't no way he walked 15 miles. Yeah, he's a big boy, isn't he?
that don't make no sense.
Well, it does to us. It doesn't to them.
What's that?
What's it doing at the mill?
Because it's also his house.
Yeah.
I guess I'll look in the other room. Well, she's no dummy.
But she doesn't close the drawer.
Yeah. Hmm. So there's a couple of possibilities here. He legitimately cares about her and really does want a life with her. He's just trying to put on this mask so that he looks all innocent, has her to protect him, so on and so forth. Maybe could be a little of both.
You know what I find astounding about this scene? 25 cents for a cup of coffee. This is pre-Starbucks era.
Yup. Yup.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
And the phone just happened to be right there on the floor.
Maybe she called someone before she took the pills.
Yeah, but I can tell you that nothing comes of that, so I don't think so. Narratively speaking.
Oh, here we go.
Well,
He has an interesting face.
yeah. This, you pick up a lot when you rewatch after having seen it all the way through.
But he's a bookhouse boy.
Yeah.
Is this all a scam?
Not intentionally, no.
Okay. So he does intend for this to make a profit.
Yes.
Okay.
Imagine if I was to sell a car to deleted scenes, but the car I'm selling him is yours, and I'm planning to get it from you, but I get him to sign on the dotted line before I actually sign with you.
That's kind of a problem.
Yes, it is.
It's probably what happened to Embracer Group. They said some deal didn't go through that was really bad for them, and I don't know. No, he didn't say what it was, though. Here we go. I love this. Oof.
Whoa.
He's actually not lying.
Kablam.
What would have been really funny is if he would have just ducked and let Leo slam the thing down into the TV and electrocute himself. Later, Leo. Invitation to love.
and Montana's down.
Yep.
This would be a silent movie right now, right? I'm kidding. You know, like with the
This
dance
is
industry.
this is another one of those situations where it's like that. No kidding.
Well, take it
Look
out.
where I'm looking. Dumbass.
Think faster.
Do you have to think right here, right now?
The gas can.
Yep. And regarding the whole thing about finding her body, if this burns the way it's supposed to, they may not even find her body. That fire could burn hot enough to literally cremate her.
Yeah.
Remember, this is a sawmill with lots and lots of burny stuff. Plus, he's got all the accelerants put out.
Some tape there.
Mm-hmm. Boy, that was fast. Usually it takes 3 minutes to die from lack of oxygen.
Those are plastic glasses, dude. They'll melt.
Man, I mean, come on, you gotta give him props, right?
Yeah.
I think that's so uncouth. You don't bite a cigar, you cut a cigar.
What the heck?
She chose a card. That is her card.
That's your job. You sew the thing on the.
I guess.
It's like, oh crap.
Look, can we go back to the creepy old lady who just scampered out?
Right, exactly.
and past Jacoby, he's had no idea what else has happened.
Right. Have either checked or passed out.
Oh.
It's like, dude, I've been trying to reach you all night.
Right. Yeah. It was entirely foolish of her to head off without actually contacting him directly.
Oh! Hey, Scleech!
No!
Yes!
Dun.
Yes! As
That was
Belton would say, dun dun dun!
That was who shot Agent Cooper.
Yeah.
Who do you think it was?
Can't be Leo.
That's for darn sure. He's bleeding out somewhere.
Can't be.
I'd have to go with Laura's dad because he just killed Jacques Renault. Why not Dale?
Yeah, could he have gotten over there in that amount of time?
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Good point.
All right.
And hello with Maria with Tiantelli. Good to see you.
Oh, hello, hello.
Glad you could stop by.
Yeah, we're just wrapping up here. Yeah, so that's where the show. That is a cliffhanger. That's what we call a cliffhanger. It's that's the reaction we all had back then when we were like, no, and we had a whole other year to wait. Well, okay, maybe it wasn't a whole year, right? It would have been
At least the summer.
yeah, it was about 6 months or so.
Yeah.
But
Nate says the coat looked like Catherine, but remember, Catherine is still inside the burning building.
exactly.
So it wasn't her.
Could be a character we haven't met yet.
True. I mean, I got to be careful because I know who it was, so I don't want to, I don't want to.
It's been too long, so I don't remember.
Yeah, that's great. That allows you to enjoy it, kind of fresh again.
Yep.
Very good, Nate. Yeah. Worst jobs I ever had. I'm here to tell you the skin burns the bones, but not after.
Yeah.
Howdy. Yep. And
It was the Hunchback Lady. No, she's in Canada.
Who I swear I got to after seeing that again tonight, I couldn't help but think of the character behind Winkies in Mulholland Drive. I'm like, oh wow, kind of makes me wonder. I don't know.
Well, Twin Peaks and Mulholland Drive are a same universe according to David Lynch. So
What?
It is. That is absolutely true. It absolutely is true, and it makes me wonder about Blue Velvet and Inland Empire too.
yeah,
I don't see why not.
I mean, we've brought this up before. We've always said that Twin Peaks is basically Blue Velvet, the series. So.
Kinda
Yeah.
true. That's exactly right. But yeah, so there we go. And instead of next week immediately jumping into it, we're going to make you guys suffer for a bit, like we all
No,
did.
what happened?
Nope. We're gonna back up a little bit, and we're gonna peruse Laura Palmer's secret diary.
So you talk more about those milk and cookies in the diary?
Such things do come up, as well as a horse named Troy.
What?
Yep. Everybody gotta have a cinematic universe. Well, this was back before they were really doing cinematic universes. I've always said that I feel
more like the Stephen King universe. Everything in Stephen King's books takes place.
It is kind of like that.
Yeah.
I agree. But I was going to try to talk you into showing the next episode now. There you go, JPRPH1. Not cool, Troy. Not cool. No. I had suggested this to Deleted Scenes. He agreed with me. We're going to do this the way it originally happened. So in the in-between time, I had time to go out. Well, it was after the first season came out. They released Laura Palmer's Secret Diary, written by Jennifer Lynch. That's David Lynch's daughter. And the audio version was read by Cheryl Lee. So it is in Laura's voice. And that came out right after season 1. And it was something to tide you over until the next season. So we're going to explore that a little bit. So we'll look at that, or listen to that next week. What are you sipping on there, Agent Boomer?
Water.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
I had a fruit punch earlier, a Minute Maid fruit punch, and it had pineapples on the front and I think a cherry, which makes me think of cherry pie.
Oh, I was actually thinking of
the Hawaiian
Audrey's Talent.
Hey, think about it. That's another scene with a cherry in it. I don't know. There's
Well, and here's another one for you. We end the season with a big fire, right? Well, if you recall, Margaret Lanterman lost her husband in a fire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things tend to happen in cycles in these woods, and we'll delve into that a little bit more as we go forward. What are you? I cannot understand sometimes why YouTube flags certain comments. I had to approve Nate's comment. Apparently, diabolical is a no word or something.
it's a
I know,
nanny
right?
state.
For crying out loud.
Everyone is too sensitive these days. It's starting to work my last nerve. I'm gonna blow up one of these days because
you gotta be. And the other thing too is you gotta be careful when you're a Blue Wrench and you approve a comment, because if you hit the wrong button, you'll delete the comment and the person gets booted, and you don't want to do that, especially when you're intending to show the comment. Like, whoops. That's how I've done it in the past.
Cool.
Guess I should call you a poo-poo head. Yes, that got through just fine. No problem.
Oh, fine. Yeah, right.
And apparently I can say it. It's just you can't type it. I don't know. It's crazy. But, yeah. Anyway. Or maybe Deleted Scenes just has his sensitivity level real high on his comments.
No.
If you do, you don't know how, right?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope everyone is sufficiently hyped up. We're not going to solve this mystery immediately. We are going to back up a little bit, get a little bit more backstory, see a little bit more from Laura's point of view. This is the interesting thing, right? Laura is the victim here, and we are trying to solve her murder. She is essentially the central character, and yet, with the exception of a few audio tapes that she sent to Jacoby, she's had no voice at all. That, I think, is exactly why her secret diary is so important. And I think that wasn't really enough for David Lynch's point of view, which is why we end up kind of going back and covering some of the same ground again with Fire Walk With Me.
I have to tell you though, poor Jacques Renault, right?
Yeah, he is no longer with us. Yeah.
He was such a nice guy too, right?
Yeah, until he comes back again twice. I kid you not. He plays multiple roles. Yeah.
Oh, right. The actor comes back in
Bite the bullet, baby.
Yeah.
Disgusting. What a disgusting man.
Yeah,
but such a nice guy in real life, based on what I've heard.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
I mean, no, sometimes the nicest people play the worst.
He really was. I liked him a lot. Netter and I contributed to his medical fund too. He was really struggling at the end of his life.
Yeah, he was ill for quite a long time there in the end.
All I'm going to say, guys, is I am a firm believer in loving yourself and other people the way they are, and I would never shame anyone for anything, but you need to take control of your habits and your health, because there are so many things that are within your control.
Right.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. So by all means, get healthy. You know what you're doing in your life that is not healthy. Change the habits. Get the help you need to change those habits. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, speaking of which, a lot of characters here with a lot of hedonistic tendencies that tend to come back and bite them.
Bite them in the butt.
Yeah. I have that audio diary. It's cool and creepy, and I remember it. Looking forward to it. Yeah. So I think I've already... I've certainly shared with the folks on the panel, but I don't see any reason why I shouldn't share with you guys the little peek behind the curtain. I have the audio files, and what I'm going to do is turn them into videos that I can share with you guys on Cosme the way we're sharing these episodes. So I don't know if I'll do a slideshow or just like a static picture of Laura or something. I don't know. It'll be something like that. And that's how we'll do it. Like Gary Oldman plays the best villain, but he's really a nice guy in real life. No one has a bad word to say about him. I'll tell you something. Some of your favorite like monsters, Universal monsters like Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff, Margaret Hamilton, who played the Wicked Witch of the West. Wonderful, wonderful people. Not only wonderful people to everyone that knew them and shared stories about them, but well loved by kids. Margaret Hamilton loved children, and it bothered her sometimes that sometimes they'd recognize her as the Wicked Witch.
Right.
And so that was why she was very quick to accept an invitation to appear on Mr. Rogers.
Right.
So that, because Mr. Rogers wanted to talk about the difference between real and make-believe, actors and the characters they play and so forth. And actually you could find that sketch from his show with Margaret Hamilton on YouTube. It's definitely worth your time to check out. She seemed like she was a very, very sweet woman. And Boris Karloff, the same thing. He loved children, and sometimes they were afraid of him, and it kind of bothered him. But everyone who got to know him said he was the gentlest person. It was just weird that He was known for being a monster, right?
Of course.
But anyway, yeah. So and like I said, everyone that was in this show that I interacted with, regardless of the role that they played in the shows, they were all wonderful people in real life. I mean, just and most of them not what you'd expect from celebrities. They were so, I hate to say it this way, but I think you guys will all know what I mean. They were all so normal,
Normal's good.
Yeah. I mean,
I could use normal right now
yeah.
with the way things are.
I don't know that that's still true. Maybe some of them have gone off the deep end, but in the time that we knew them, all wonderful people, But
well, I got to tell you, I can't think of anybody involved with the show who's gone on social media and said, "Hey, don't watch Twin Peaks."
Well, that's for darn sure. Yeah. In fact, I remember during the run up to the season 3, they were really putting David Lynch in a rough spot because he and we'll kind of talk about this a little bit more as we get into the end of second season, Fire Walk with Me, and so forth. But he had a very bad opinion of the network after doing Twin Peaks. You see it very clearly in the very opening scene of Fire Walk with Me. It was very clear. For all the symbolism in Twin Peaks, this one particular piece of symbolism ain't very thinly veiled. No. It's pretty on the nose. And he said the only way he was coming back to do season 3 was, actually, I don't know all the things that he had said, but bottom line, he wanted free reign, creative license, and I'm sure there was some money stuff involved, and I don't know what all. I certainly don't know the details, but he had certain things that he demanded, and if Showtime, it was Showtime, right?
Yeah.
If Showtime didn't agree to it, he said, I won't do it. And it looked like the negotiations were going. Showtime was saying, okay, fine, we'll do it without you. And they started talking to Mark Frost about it. Well, I don't know what Mark Frost said, but almost every one of the actors said, if David Lynch isn't involved, I'm not involved either. And they all started campaigns online. No Twin Peaks without David Lynch.
And this is 30 years later, and there was still that loyalty.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you can see, if you weren't paying attention on social media and listening to, a lot of them did videos talking about it and so forth. And if you didn't follow any of that, and you did see season 3 when it finally came out, you saw his dedication to each one of them, because he brought back every single person who had been in Twin Peaks before that was willing and able to do so. So I pointed out Walter, for example. Walter, you just saw him die in tonight's episode. He's going to come back and die again as his brother. And they bring him back a third time in season 3. This is a very, very, very minor spoiler, okay? And in order for them to do that, they had to, and you'll see it when you see him, he wasn't really able to stand on his own, unsupported. So they put him behind a bar, sweeping, so that he was able to lean and prop himself up with the broom for his scene, But he brought everybody back just to give everybody an opportunity, and some of, let's face it, like Kyle MacLachlan, so many others went on to, do a lot of things after Twin Peaks. Some of them didn't, and a lot of them did fall on hard times. So this was an important opportunity for all of them. and they were very grateful to David for that, for him saying, "No, I demand that all of these people be in it, or I'm not doing it." That's why they were as loyal as they were. It's a two-way street, that kind of loyalty, you know. But and then, yeah, unfortunately, a number of them, literally, this was the season 3 was their last role. I mean, yeah, it's we'll talk more about that when we get there.
When we get there, yeah.
But yeah, okay. I got to do this every Tuesday. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna stop talking. Damn it.
Nate says, unfortunately, we have an entire generation coming up now. You don't know the difference between real and make-believe. Yeah, you got these people who you think everything on TikTok is real. And
you know, when I was in school, when I was in high school, and they were teaching about fallacies, you know, logical fallacies, you know, this was also in conjunction with writing research papers and so forth. So source citation and weighing of sources, you know, some sources are better than others and so forth. I remember that, you know, if you were going to, and well, I was also on the debate team too, so that really pushed you even beyond, you know, to, if you're going to make an argument, if you're going to, you know, do a research paper and present a topic or you know, whatever, you know, you're like a lawyer fighting for, you know, for your client, whether that's an idea or a perspective or whatever it is. And you have to provide evidence. And you have to provide the best sources so that there is nothing you can counter, right? Yes, it's a fallacy to ad hominem, right? So if Adolf Hitler says, you know, the sky is blue, well, just because it's Adolf Hitler doesn't mean the sky isn't blue, right? You know, but people are going to look at that source. You might be better off talking to meteorologist Katie Nicolau, who's going to tell you exactly what shade of blue and why the sky is blue and why it's not always blue, you know?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him.
Of who?
Hitler.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He was a good painter, though.
Yeah,
if a tree falls in a forest and there's no one around, Chuck Norris heard it. Oh, are you kidding me? He's probably the one who kicked down the tree.
With his kung fu skills, yes. Anyway.
Exactly. Oh, my goodness. There is actually an alternate history hub. Is it alternate history hub? Wait a minute. I think it is. I'll have to look it up. I'll send you a link later. There's this great extended video. I started in the middle of it. It was what if Adolf Hitler hadn't risen to power? You know, he takes a different course in life. But what I didn't realize is it goes farther back to Tsar Nicholas and some other alternates. And it's this really, really, really interesting alternate history that starts going into some, you know, fantasy type stuff. But it was like, wow, this would make a good movie, actually. Oh, you like the Chuck Norris thing, huh, Evelyn? Yeah, exactly. Okay, I really am going to be quiet now. Sorry, we're coming up to 9 o'clock here.
No worries. All right, so chat, you've all seen the episode with us. What did you think? Any theories that you might have?
Got to be careful because if you have already seen Twin Peaks, you probably already know. So let's not give any spoilers.
No spoilers. No spoilers. Just tell me what you thought of the episode.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed it or
Andy's love story.
Andy, yeah.
Did you see that coming? The whole that she's pregnant thing? That was That was a bit of a surprise.
Well, especially when she's talking to the doctor on the phone.
Well, yeah.
Kind of gave it away.
Yeah, that's a great point. The clues are there, but since I am rewatching this and I already know, it's like, well, of course it's obvious to me. I'm not sure how obvious it is to anyone else, but yeah.
Let's see. I think what's her name will survive her attempt at taking her own life. The pill story.
Yeah.
I think that'll. But I'm trying to remember what happened there. But yeah.
Well,
yeah.
So who at this point might die? Okay, we got Nadine who may have checked out. We have Agent Cooper has just been shot. Leo Johnson has just been shot. Jacques Renault has just been smothered. And we know who did it.
Dr. Jacoby.
Dr. Jacoby has been bludgeoned and had a heart attack.
Yes.
We don't know about Pete and
Catherine and Shelley.
They're in the fire still. Am I missing anyone?
I don't know. It's like a big. Oh well. The guy that went into the fire. We already talked about him.
Pete.
Pete.
Pete, Catherine, and Shelley.
And then Audrey Horne was left in a predicament of her own making.
Well, she's probably not going to die, but she might be afraid her father's going to kill her when. Or worse. So keep in mind, we now know. Well, do we know, or was it just very, very strongly implied that Ben is the owner of One-Eyed Jacks? Given that, and given the fact that we know that Laura, had worked at the perfume counter and she had worked at One-Eyed Jacks, make the connection yourself. I'm not going to go too much farther with that. Because the owner of One-Eyed Jacks likes to sample the girls. That's what Blackie said.
So I don't know. I guess that's and we learned that what's her name's pregnant. I keep forgetting names. The secretary, Lucy is pregnant.
Yeah, Evelyn noticed this too. She said Hank standing in front of the taxidermied animal head with the horns coming out made it look like it was his head. And that's not the first time, and probably not the last time, they give you that kind of imagery. I tend to believe that's intentional. Pretty sure Agent Cooper was wearing a vest. Okay, we'll see. I think, even if you haven't seen this all the way through, a lot of the characters that return anyway, so you have to assume.
Plus, Cooper's not stupid.
Well, there's that too. There is that too.
He knew he was going into something potentially dangerous, so yes, of course he'd be wearing a vest.
Right. Yeah, so there we go. Alrighty. Okay.
Hot dog.
Yeah. No, I'm going to get another donut.
Oh, okay.
I may never sleep again.
Donuts are nice. I don't have any donuts.
Forbidden donut.
What else they eat on Twin Peaks? They got the pie. They got the donuts.
That's interesting. Horns
they had the pancakes. I think you got pancakes.
Right.
Yeah.
Evelyn points out horns could mean demonic or cuckold Or I'm going to give you another option, which might fall a little bit under the demonic thing. The idea of something in the woods, the Wendigo, or some other evil in the woods. The Bookhouse Boys talked about this whole idea that there's something in the woods that this secret society has vowed to stand against.
Interesting.
There we go. So
no owls in this episode.
Pardon me?
No owls in this episode.
True. No specific owl imagery. That's true.
We did learn about how the chip got the part removed from it, right?
Bite the bullet. Yeah.
Yeah, and the bird was hearing all this at the same time, right?
Yep.
So, poor bird.
I love the way. So he's questioning him, pretending to be some sort of financier behind Leo Johnson.
It made sense what he was saying.
Absolutely.
Actually.
He knew exactly what he was doing. But what I loved is he uses the little bit he knows to make it sound like he knows more than he does. I'll give you a hint. Laura? And the look on his face was like, oh, crap. And he tries to run,
And this was all about him trying to find out what happened, but he was guising it as, we're gonna do some money. So it was like a layered lie, basically.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Very, very
and it was
good.
so plausible.
Yeah.
It was so plausible. And it's every police procedural you see this. They get the lower rung guy. They, turn him against, the people he's working with. Get him to confess. And now that we've gotten you, maybe you work with us and maybe you get a lighter sentence, Rat out everybody. Well, it's going to be kind of hard to do now that he's dead.
I don't feel sorry for him, though.
No, and see, there are some people you should feel sorry for. I'd say Laura's one of them.
I don't want him dead, though, because I know it's not this simple. He may lead them to other things, and now they've lost someone they could have used.
What do you call a kangaroo that watches too much television? A pouch potato.
Yeah.
Yay.
Did you hear about the guy that went into the bar and sat down to get a drink, and he looks to one side and he sees two identical twins, girls.
Oh,
and he's like, "Oh my gosh, are you twins?" And they said, "Yeah, we are." He goes, "What's your name?" She says, I'm Kate." He says, "Oh, and what's your sister's name?" She says, "Duplicate."
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I got to hear that one last night.
Yeah. Poor Netter had to hear it a second time. Okay, we should probably wind it down.
Yes.
If this is where we're going, we better stop.
Do any new characters get introduced next season?
Says the guy with the icon of one of the characters that get introduced next season.
I'm just saying, I don't know, like maybe they need someone to add well, they already have young characters on the show. I don't know, like maybe someone sassy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They have plenty of sass on the show too.
I don't know. I'm trying to think what they're missing.
I don't think they are. I think it's a pretty well balanced show if you think about it.
I'm a producer. I have to figure out a way to interfere with the show and then take credit for something.
Yeah.
Because I have to keep my job. So what can I do to throw
God.
in here? What would I throw in here? What character would I throw in here? We can't do the new cop on the force because that's Andy's already filling that role basically, right?
Kinda,
So,
yeah. I guess he does. Yeah.
Hawk needs a love interest. That's what I would do. Hawk's love interest.
Oh wow, I hadn't thought about that one.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. We'll do stuff with Hawk. That's what I would do.
Everybody's gonna get some new love interests next season. They're gonna shake things up a bit. You gotta, yeah. You'll see. But you got to see who survives first before we start getting to new love interests. Crying out loud. All right. Do you want to know what's coming up in the next week before then?
Sure.
Sure.
Well, what's happening Thursday, Netter of Netters Network?
I am going to be having special guest Pacific 414.
There you go. That is Thursday on your channel at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. Let's see. Friday? What's going on Friday? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Deleted Scenes, you have something before that, don't you?
I do. I am going to be joining Big Al Presents for a special Friday night edition of Films with Friends. And we are going to be watching Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger.
There you go. There you go.
Heck
I thought you
so.
had an action cinema coming up.
Yeah, actually I do. Hopefully I will be able to participate. Over on Jedi Bill's channel, he is bringing back his action theater show. And this week, which will be a Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, will be the uncut extended version of Watchmen.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the few good Zack Snyder films, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he tries to reproduce that with every superhero movie he does after that. He should not have done that. But okay, so that, and then Thursday, and then Friday, back to my channel. I am calling it Let It Go. But it's going to be a bigger topic than that. I'm going to touch on what Deleted Scenes talked about on Sunday, what a series of videos that Dave Cullen has been doing about what's been happening in the entertainment industry, and sometimes it's reasonable to just walk away. And but I think I'm going to take a little bit of a different take on it. I've kind of alluded to it with some comments I made on Geeky Geezers on Sunday, but yeah, we'll dig into that a little bit more on Friday. So Saturday, do we have anything before the watch party at 9? Deleted Scenes? Anything that you know of? And he's looking back at his calendar real quick. Am I forgetting?
Well, let's see. Well, for me, on that day anyway, I'm going to be, hopefully I'll get over to Rambling Canucks channel.
There you go.
And do a couple of rounds of his karaoke show, Karaoke Saturday Night. Then I'm going to jump over to the chat for
Netter's
turn.
Retro
Okay.
Cinema.
Mm-hmm.
Netter's Retro Cinema will be watching.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden
Right,
Dragon.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Little Michelle Yeoh. Right? That
Yeoh.
was Michelle Yeoh, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
I've never seen it.
And
Pat, Zhang Zi, yeah.
yep. And then I think you jump back over to some other karaoke that night, don't you?
I do for Jedi Bill's after hours show.
So basically, it's all karaoke all the time with Deleted Scenes on a Saturday.
Pretty much.
So there you go. And then it's all talky talk with Deleted Scenes come Sunday, starting with watch party of what Western film will you guys be watching Sunday afternoon, Deleted Scenes?
That has not been determined yet.
Okay, but that's
but
like
we will be going. That's
3 Central, 4 Eastern.
no, 3 Eastern, 2 Central.
Gotcha. There you go. Over on Deleted Scenes channel, Jedi Bill's channel, they kind of share the stream. Leading in, well, it doesn't really lead into, but that's just before you go live with Unscripted at 7 Central, 8 Eastern, which is, do you have a title topic?
Not as of yet. We'll
Okay.
we'll see what develops in the next couple of days.
It's unscripted and untitled at this point. But that is a great lead into Geeky Geezers on Sunday at 8 Central, 9 Eastern. We actually do have a couple of articles to look at. We're probably going to have significantly more by then.
I'm telling you, these Pixar movies that didn't get their first theatrical run are going to get another chance to get a theatrical run.
Well, there you go. I mean, you know,
a new Godzilla and Kong movie, I guess I should say. They're not versus, I don't think, in this one.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's some other stuff I think I sent you. I don't ever remember what I sent you. Oh yeah. Apparently, if you bought a certain stuff on the PlayStation Store, like from Discovery Network, it's gone now, and you can't get it back. And you don't get your money back. It's this whole buy physical media thing. It's a big outrage. Basically, if you bought like all the MythBusters seasons on the PlayStation Store, you no longer have access to it.
Wow.
We'll find out on Sunday. We'll talk more about it.
There we go. Okay. Own physical media, people. I keep saying it.
Yes.
And then we'll wind out the weekend with deleted scenes on the other side of midnight. That's 11 Central, midnight Eastern. Honestly, I think it's the best way to end your weekend.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. That's the week in review.
Sounds fun.
Well, I guess it's not a review. It's a weekend preview.
Oh, I get it. Weekend preview.
Yeah.
Cool.
Lady
Yeah,
Miss dropping,
no kidding.
Yeah, dropping the links. Yeah, that's a shame. Like I said, because I indirectly, my most recent episode of Unscripted was about Doctor Who, and as I said, I'm not really the biggest fan myself. I had issues with it really before all of this started, but you know, I do understand that it was popular. It lasted 60 years for a reason, and you know, there is, you know, a set lore. There is canon, and you know, the present administration involved with that show is breaking that canon now, and obviously, you know, doing it for their own political ends. And you know, and my advice there was just, you know, you did have you have 60 years to fall back on. You still have William Hartnell. You still have John Pertwee, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, I think, was in there, correct? Matt Smith. Yeah. They cannot be taken away from you.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know, walk away from what they're doing now, but don't leave behind what worked. Don't leave behind what brought you to that show to begin with. You know, I'm not a big fan of where they've taken Star Trek or Star Wars, but I still have the original Star Trek series. I still have the original Star Wars trilogy. That's the story to me. You know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anywho, yeah. Just I'm taking Dave Cullen's advice, man. Walk away.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty there. There's still hey, there's still Godzilla. Look at that. You know.
Well, for now.
Who knew? Well, yeah. The legendary one doesn't.
Well, we'll see.
I didn't like the trailer. We'll see. But
the new one.
Okay. But the new Godzilla -1. is a genuine masterpiece. I think it's, if not the best Godzilla movie ever made, certainly the best since the original. I genuinely believe that. It's that good. So, hey, do not lose hope. There's still, there are still good movies out there. Godzilla's good. American Fiction is very good. There's still Sound of Freedom, The Covenant, Oppenheimer. There's plenty to see.
Oppenheimer.
Nate says, knew who sucks. I've walked away. No, I ran away. I was just watching the very first episode of Doctor Who earlier today. So there is good Who. I can't take that away from, and they can't take that away from me. Yeah, that was my point exactly. You have 60 years of that show to fall back on.
We'll talk about it Friday. Troy and I have a history with Doctor Who. We'll explain where we're coming from, and that one stung the most. To be fair, my opinion, Troy and I had different breaking points. I know with you it was the Timeless Child. With me it was Jodie Whittaker's announced casting that threw me off. But we'll talk about it Friday. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it sounds like we got everything all wrapped up.
I think so. Yep.
All right. Once again, I would like to thank everybody for being here. Please hit the like, share out the stream. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, hit the bell icon for notifications. Subscribe to my channel. I am 25 subs away from 300, and I would like to make that by January 1st. So, if you like what you see and you're not yet subbed, I would really appreciate it.
Cool.
New content on the way, and of course, this show is going to continue next week as we delve into the secret diary of Laura Palmer. All right. So from Sparkwood and 21, I'd like to thank Aged Boomer, Troy Pacelli, and Netters Network for joining me tonight. I'd like to thank everyone in the chat as well. Anyone who was lurking in the background, quite all right. You don't have to engage with the chat as long as you enjoyed the show. Hit the like on your way out. From HQ, good night, take care, stay strong, because this is how we win.